And I'll say it again, even if it did, it is still a non-punishable action.
Yep, strap yourselves in, folks. It's Kris Boyd again, and he's no letting this go. He's no backing down. He's doubling down, and this time came up with some form of another fake explanation as to why Celtic should not have got a penalty against Motherwell. This guy is foaming at the mouth. Enjoy. Welcome to the Born Celtic YouTube channel. Please like, subscribe and share, and give us a follow on Spotify to watch all the videos when you're on the go.
Was it a penalty or not at Fir Park last night? Should it have been a penalty or not?
Well, it's a good few hours after it. The man couldn't make his mind up at the time, so you can go first, friend.
It's worth noting this is the only thing Kris Boyd got right in this whole video. Anyway, here we go.
I think they came to the right conclusion, and I say that because John Beaton missed it. I think he missed it, but then was advised to go to the monitor, and it's a subjective call. And the arm of Sam Nicholson was up and in an unnatural position, and it hit him on the hand. And you'll hear people say, well, it didn't hit him on the hand. But, you know, when you have overnight to digest and look at things, you know, at times you think, well, did I get that wrong? But just with everything, taking everything in, they came to the right call. And I understand the emotion at Hearts and what they've put into this season and how deflated. And I think they were deflated, the players, at the end, seeing the pictures of them, you know, walking around the pitch and thinking Celtic have been held, and the meaning with that. And I can understand Derek McInnes's frustration, but I think, you know, he was very strong in terms of calling it a disgusting decision. John Beaton was advised to go to the monitor. He did do. He made the decision based on what he saw. I don't have a problem with that.
It's also worth noting, Celtic fans, that within hours of this happening, photos and images and stills and replays were emerging of why this was a handball and why it was a correct decision. But no, for Boyd, like I said, he's no backing down, he's doubling down.
I think when he's speaking about disgusting, he's speaking about over the last few days as well. He's had to bring that into the conversation, because there's no doubt for me, when you go back to the Motherwell Hearts game that night, it's a penalty kick.
Well, that's the first piece of nonsense the boy's spoken, because what is he speaking for Derek McInnes now? Does he know what he was going to say? And why would McInnes bring up past decisions when all he spoke about was Celtic? Fud.
There's an argument for the Longella one as well, with the handball. You then fast forward to the Alistair Johnston one at the weekend, which I thought was a red card as well, that John Beaton decided that, you know, it wasn't enough to send the referee to the monitor.
Why would the Alistair Johnston's red card, a completely different game, have anything to do with what a Hearts boss was thinking, what McInnes was thinking? Boyd is just making shit up here, but listen, it doesn't get better, it gets worse from here.
Then, you know, when you go to last night, I am not convinced it hits his hand, because I've yet to see an angle that it does.
Craig Sutton's face says it all, really. I mean, no wonder, because this angle here is one that was circulating within minutes of the handball. It wasn't the morning after, which they're recording this podcast. Well, this angle came out, which showed the ball clearly hit his hand.
And I think even if it does,
Really?
yeah, even if it does, I still don't think it's a punishable action. I think once his hand comes up, Trusty's backing in.
Ah, come on now, here's another lie. Where was Trusty backing in? Trusty is moving forward and he's getting pushed with two defenders. Look at it again. Moving forward, no backing in, pushed by two defenders, elbow in his face. This is just desperate stuff, now for Boyd, but hey, listen, he gets even better than this.
His arm then goes on top of his shoulder, so it is there. Where is it meant to go? I think the laws of the game suggest if it's stopping the ball hitting your face, then it won't be punished.
And there we have it, folks. There's Kris Boyd made up an excuse of, let me see what he's trying to suggest here, that the Motherwell player was protecting his face. Carbon. That was even mentioned in his first video, which is in the link at the bottom, where he just had a blatant rant about Celtic getting a penalty and how, do you know what, he's annoying me.
It's going back out the box, and as I said, if it did hit his hand, I do not see how it can get the amount of power on it that took it in that trajectory back towards the thrower.
Just
so,
for the record, Chris isn't a scientist.
Don't need to be a scientist.
But that's a really ridiculous argument to say that a ball can't travel if it hits his hand. There are so many clips we've seen and stills we've seen that it does hit his hand.
Does the fact that you two not only can't agree on the action of Sam Nicholson's arm, and you can't agree whether it hits the hand or not?
How can he not agree it hits the hand?
Because I have yet to see an image.
He doesn't want to see it.
I have yet to see an image that tells me 100% that hits Sam Nicholson's hand. I have yet to see one. And I'll say it again, even if it did, it is still a non-punishable action. I mean, it's the laws of the game are there. His hand is there when he jumps, trust he's underneath him. And then there's absolutely nowhere. When you've got your hand on someone's shoulder, there is nowhere it can go. Absolutely nowhere it can go. It's sitting there, and as I said, it's protecting his face in the first place anyway, that we said is not punishable. So there's a lot, even when, if it did hit his hand, then there's a lot of actions. There's a lot of actions.
Make his mind up.
There's a lot of actions to suggest, to tell you that it wasn't a punishable action. Me personally, I still don't think it hits his hand.
Aye, well, despite all the evidence there, the two stills that we've shown, even the replay and the footage earlier in this video, Kris Boyd is just adamant that he's not going to have this penalty. He's not having it. And it's not because Hearts are going to go under pressure tomorrow or Saturday for the league title, going to Celtic Park. And it's not because Rangers are third and out the title race. It's because Celtic are on the verge of winning it. That's it. You just simply cannot see past it. He hates Celtic and he hates the fact we're going to win the league.
He's gone for the multiple excusing. I think that I can understand the emotion, and I really can, but I don't have a problem if the referee is advised to go to a monitor. I think we're at a situation where we're in a time where Hearts have been so incredibly good this season to get to this stage, but I think that a lot of the noise now is because there are people out there who simply do not want to see Celtic winning the league, and that's where a lot of the noise has come from.
Chris Sutton, in one sentence, absolutely nails it, and that's the reason. It's the anti-Celtic rhetoric that nobody wants to see Celtic being successful, continue to be successful, while Rangers are in the doldrums still, and Hearts are trying to come out a challenge. They all want to see Hearts win the league. It's so transparent, especially Boyd, and Sutton nailed it a belter. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And remember, we are on Spotify, so you can watch our videos on the go, so give us a wee follow.